I want to encourage the women out there. If you love Jesus and you're following Jesus, but the enemy has sent perversion into your life, you have been known as a sex object, and that's how you have felt about yourself, that you're only good for sex. That's the only thing you're good for. The story of Mary Magdalene is coming to my heart just because I made a video coming after someone who was coming after me for not knowing the Bible. But as I was talking with my church dad, I was very nervous, and when I came to church, I was so terrified because I had been so abused in church. I was raped at Bible college for 6 months, and everyone blamed me that it was my fault. I was the adulteress. I was the temptress. And so I've just had this pain. And so when I stepped into church in November of 2022, I was so nervous. And God brought me to my church parents. And I was really nervous because my church dad was showing signs of just seeing me as a young sex thing. And it'll be 3 years in November. But what God has done in this man's heart, I can trust him wholeheartedly. Because he no longer sees me from the flesh. He sees me from the spirit. And today he texted me, he's like, I thank God so much for sending you into our lives. You are such a powerful, precious gift of God. And you are just increasing our family's faith. You've done so much for this church. Women, if you just keep following Jesus, if you make Jesus your number one, and that's all he is to you, he will bring you people who will see you the way God sees you. It is possible. It is possible to be loved by a man without evil and wrong motives. Just like Mary Magdalene. All the religious people, carnal people, were pointing the finger and blame shifting because she was just trying to make a living. She was a woman in the day of Jesus. She had no rights. She had nothing. All she was good for was her body. And of course, a man who was married was sleeping with her. And then the Pharisees, the religious people, chose to drag her through the streets naked, blaming her for the sin that a man caused her to do. And look what Jesus did. He shut down those people's voices with one sentence. You who cast the first stone, those who have sinned, cast the first stone. Or who have not sinned. I really messed that up. I apologize. Don't allow the voice of the devil and man keep you from what God has from you. It is worth it. It is worth the wait. It is worth going through the suffering. Because of that, you share in Christ's suffering. And when Christ suffered, right, he was risen to glory. And that is what he wants to do with you, women. That is what he wants to do with you in this year, is to give you double honor for the shame that you had to walk through in this life already. I hope this encourages you. Jesus sees you. He is holding you. And he loves you more than any man can. So give him your everything. Give him your everything. And watch how he just takes everything and just brings the abundant life He promised you and you alone. Be blessed. If you need prophetic coaching or anything, biblical life coaching, forgiveness, healing, please go to the links in the bio. Please subscribe to my YouTube if we don't have TikTok. Anyway, you are loved. And it's not by a human being. It is by the one that created you. So it's time to know his heart. It's time to know his heart for you and you alone. Be blessed.